breaking news. Trump administration has got Ukraine to sign the minerals deal. This will help Americans recoup the money that was given from the Biden administration to Ukraine to fund a proxy war with Russia. Check this out.
The administration has just announced it has signed its elusive mineral deal with Ukraine. Senior White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich starts us off tonight live from the North Lawn. Good evening, Jackie.
Good evening, Brett. The U.S. and Ukraine finally inking that long-awaited so-called minerals deal, establishing an economic partnership in recognition of U.S. support to Ukraine. The Treasury Department announcing that this is a signal to Russia that the U.S. is committed to a peace that's centered on a free, sovereign, and prosperous Ukraine. Also saying no state or person who funded the Russian war machine, or supplied it rather, will be allowed to benefit from Ukraine's reconstruction.
Thanks to President Trump's tireless efforts to secure a lasting peace, I am glad to announce the signing of today's historic economic partnership agreement between the United States and Ukraine, establishing the United States-Ukraine Reconstruction Investment Fund. This partnership allows the United States to invest alongside Ukraine to unlock Ukraine's growth assets, mobilize American talent, capital, and governance standards that will improve Ukraine's investment climate and accelerate Ukraine's economic recovery. The Development Finance Corporation will participate and help to establish this fund in collaboration with the government of Ukraine. Today's agreement signals clearly to Russian leadership that the Trump administration is committed to a peace process centered on a free, sovereign, and prosperous Ukraine over the long term. It's time for this cruel and senseless war to end.
Any deal that helps the American people recoup the hundreds of billions of dollars that was given by the Biden administration to fund a proxy war with Russia is something that is welcoming to the American people, in my opinion. What do you guys think? In a panel with O'Reilly, Cuomo, and Stephen A. Smith, President Trump had this to say about the deal with Ukraine when it comes to minerals.
You got the deal with Zelensky on the minerals. That means the United States is going to have a presence in Ukraine. Is that going to inhibit Putin, do you think?
Well, it could, but the reason I did that is that we're in for $350 billion or close to it, whereas Europe is only in it for $100 billion.
All right, so we get some of our investment back. All right, Cuomo.
I felt very foolish. You know, they loaned the money, and Biden handed them $350 billion in between cash and military equipment. I went to them and said, look, we got to get rare earth. They have great rare earth, meaning certain minerals, materials. They have things that a lot of places don't have. It's a big asset that they have. And we made a deal today where we get, much more in theory than the $350 billion. The reason I want it stopped is they're losing 5,000 young soldiers every single week on average. Russian and Ukrainian. They're not American, but they're human beings, and it's so sad to see it. So I want to stop the war.
Listen to President Trump tell the panel about potential deals with other countries.
Negotiating with South Korea, we're negotiating with Japan, we're negotiating with a lot of different, many, India is a very big, they want to make a deal so badly. Okay. I'm not telling anything out of school. We're going to make great deals for America instead of bad.
I understand you have a deal with South Korea, Japan, and India. You already got it. When are you announcing it?
I'll tell you this. I'm in less of a hurry than you are. We are sitting on the catbird seat. They want us. We don't need them to take advantage of us on trade. Now, these are friend and foe. We often do better with foe, meaning the enemy, than we do with the friends. The friends have been brutal to this country on trade.
But remember, once you announce the stock market's going to go up 2,000 points and people will relax a little more.
It can wait 2 weeks.
They can wait. All right. Okay.
Mr. President.
If you get value from this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, please buy us a cup of coffee. We would deeply appreciate it. Link in the description below. And for those on TikTok, please don't forget to like, follow, and add this video to your favorites. Share with a friend. We would deeply appreciate it. In the Jason Voorhees of Democrat talking points, here goes CNN saying what everybody's thought all along. When the Trump administration formally requested Kilmar Abrego-Garcia be brought back to the United States, here goes what President Bukele said.
Breaking news. CNN learning that El Salvador has rejected the Trump administration's request to return Kilmar Abrego-Garcia. That is the man who was mistakenly deported to a notorious mega prison over a month ago from Maryland to El Salvador. One U.S. official telling CNN that El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, has made it clear that he will not release Abrego-Garcia.
How foreign policy is dictated in the United States and any other country for that matter. Secretary of State Marco Rubio tells the reporter who asked him this question how foreign policy actually works. Take a look.
Secretary Rubio, can I ask you a question? You brought up El Salvador in your remarks. Have you been in touch with El Salvador about returning Abrego-Garcia? Has a formal request from this administration been made?
Well, I would never tell you that. And you know who else I'll never tell? A judge. Because the conduct of our foreign policy belongs to the President of the United States and the executive branch, not some judge. So we will conduct foreign policy appropriately if we need to. But I'll never discuss it. And no one will ever make us discuss it because that's how foreign policy works.
Mr. President.
I feel like President Trump only did that to appease the Supreme Court when they said that he has to facilitate the return of Kilmar Abrego-Garcia. He's an MS-13 member, a suspected human trafficker, and his wife filed an order of protection against him as well. His character speaks volumes, and it's really bad. So he didn't deserve to be here in the first place. You can't cut the line to get here, then ask for due process on the way out. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? In a show of admiration towards Elon Musk, President Trump had this to say about his unfair treatment when it comes to Democrat activists protesting and destruction of property towards Tesla and all the stuff he had to endure while conducting his activities with DOGE. Check this out. I thought it was pretty cool.
But you have been treated unfairly, but the vast majority of people in this country really respect and appreciate you, and this whole room can say that very strongly. You've really been a tremendous help. You opened up a lot of eyes as to what could be done, and we just want to thank you very much. And you know, you're invited to stay as long as you want. At some point, I guess he wants to get back home to his cars and his. Done an incredible job. $150 billion. Think of that.
Yeah. 160 now.
Yeah, 160. They said, "Oh, it could have been more." And a lot of stuff is being worked on. That number could be doubled and even tripled. A lot of things are being worked on that we don't count yet because it's not quite there. But you've done a fantastic job, and we appreciate it very much, Elon. You know,
thank you. It's also an honor to work with your incredible cabinet. I just like to say thank you, everyone, for it's great to work with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Which leads me to the question of this video. Do you feel as though Trump's efforts have led to several countries going to the negotiation table to make trade deals that benefit the American people as it comes to fair trade? Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. I'm Angel. This has been the Vasquez Report. See you later.